All right, so this program is going to cover this rainfall class program. Says write a rainfall class that stores the total rainfall for each of 12 months into an array of doubles. The program should have methods that return the following: the total rainfall for the year, the average monthly rainfall, the month with the most rain, and the month with the least amount of rain. Okay. Demonstrate the class in a complete program. Do not accept negative numbers for rainfall. So I'm not going to allow the user, let's think about this. I'm not going to allow the user to input their own information into the rainfall array. Because then it's like, please enter information for month or for January. Please enter information for month February. And then you're spending your whole time, ideally you should be testing each of your functions that you're going to write. And you don't want to have to type in 12 different inputs every time you test this thing. So I'm going to hard code the array and just populate it with data that I'm just going to put in, and then we can test it to make sure it's correct. So we're going to have I'm going to call this thing main rainfall. It's going to have, let me think here. It's going to have a rain array, which is going to store double data types of like the number of inches that it rains for that month. I'm going to have to figure out then the rain size. So let me maybe rewrite this down here. And again, let me see here. I could essentially go through and write all those if I wanted, but I'm not going to. So, do a... All right, so I'm trying to get away from that main model that I did, because really by the time you're watching these videos, you're past the intro stuff, and you should understand how to do, setting up your programs and variables and all that stuff. But writing some of this stuff down can kind of put you in a good mind frame. So, I don't know, we're going to have, let's say, a double, we'll call it rain method. Okay, then we're going to have the total, we'll have a double total. We'll have a double average. We'll have one that's called like most rain and least rain for this one. So we might want to do two methods to figure out which month it is and how much is the most that it rains, and same with the least. So we probably want to have something where we have we could do a set total rainfall and get total rainfall. And then we'll do a get average. We don't need to do a set average. Like, one of the most important things about programming is reusability. So once we can get the total rainfall, then all we have to do for get average is call the total rainfall, return the total amount, and divide it by our, we need an int rain size. Okay, because we're gonna have our rain right here. That's gonna store all of our that's gonna store our array of values right there. But then we want to have the size of that array, and so that will be our array size, right? Our rain size right there. So then we could take the total, right, in this one, total, we get it from here and then divide it by the rain size. So that's kind of nice. Then we'll have what, a get. Sorry, we'll do a set most. We'll say set most rain and get set. This is get most rain. And then we could say set least rain and get least rain. And then I'm going to have one called get rain that will pass in an int. And I'm going to call it high-low. And maybe this should be called get month. I don't know. This is gonna return get rain is going to return the rainfall at, whatever month it's passed in. So we'll figure out what month is the high month and which one is a low month, and then we'll pass that month in here to get, the rain at that month. Okay. So, I mean, this is kind of your UML mod. Well, really, I mean, the UML, remember, it's got 3 boxes. So this would be the box that would be at the top. And this would be your method or your function box. And then above that, above here, this goes there. This is going to be called main rainfall. Okay. So that's kind of your UML model for this. So let's get started. I'm gonna just minimize that though. We might want to come back to it. I don't know. Visual Studio. So yeah, let me see here. So I've already created this, but I'm gonna start it from the beginning. Let me go into here, users. Let's see, I don't know if I deleted it or not. Source. Let's see here, main. Yep, I deleted it, so that's fine. So next, call it main rainfall. So I'll say what, using namespace, and get rid of that. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one gets the total rainfall. So I'm gonna say set total rainfall. Okay, and I'm gonna say cout. What am I gonna say? Cout total rainfall, and this will be get total rainfall. This will be end L. So we'll do this one. So we'll have what, a void set total rainfall, and we'll have ourselves a double get total rainfall. Okay. So now I'm just gonna go up here and hard code my array. So I'll just say double rain is equal to, and then I'm just gonna throw in, whatever. What's wrong with that? Probably gotta put data in it. So 3.7, I don't know, 2.1, 1.7, 6, 1.6. Now that's 6 months worth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna put this. Well, I don't know. I could put it next to it. It doesn't really matter. 3.9, 2.6, 2.9, 4.3, 2.4, and 3.7. Now, always with arrays, this is my index position: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's, the first index position is 0 and the last index position is 11. There's 12 different elements in here. Now again, the prompt tells you to basically have the rain array be populated each time by the user, but you don't want to type all that in each time, so just hard code it for this, okay? So then we want to figure out the size of this thing. So I'm going to say int rain size is equal to the size of, and then we want to do the size of the rain array, and then we do the rest of this, size of, and we do rain at 0. Okay, that gives us the size of our array, which would return 12. Now, what else do we need? We need a double total, and that will just be 0.0, and that's going to be for the total amount of rain. And we're actually not going to do an average variable, and I'll show you why. And then I'm going to do an int. I'll say most month and least month. And I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to assign it to 0. Okay. Let's see here. And then we got to start kind of void set total rainfall. And what do we got to do? We got to do a double get total. Okay, so then we've defined our methods up here. So now we can really start doing some coding, and then we can test this, and that's that. All right, so excuse me. So to get the total amount of rain that fell, all we do is we got to do a loop that runs through each month and add it into our total variable. So we do down here for setting, we do for. We do what? Int I equals 0. I is less than our rain size. I plus plus. So again, rain size is going to give us 12. So we'll loop through here all the way to 11. and then we'll add them all up. So we'll say total plus equals rain at position I for whatever part of the loop we're on. And that's that. And then right here we just do return total. Okay, and so that should set it right here, and then run it, and then display the total amount right there once we get it. So we would get here, it'd be 11. 11 is less than 12, so then it would add this 3.7 in, and then we would go through again. For month 12, is 12 less than 12? No. So then we would be done. So, and what we could do too is, you know, I could just add these up real quick and make sure that we get the right answer when we test this thing. So 3.7 plus 2.1 plus 1.7 plus 3.5 plus 2.6 plus 1.6 plus 3.9 plus 2.6 plus 2.9 plus 4.3 plus 2.4 plus 3.7. That gives us 35. So let's run this and see if we get 35. For our first two methods, make sure. Total rain is 35. Cool. So now we can do our next one, which would be double get average. Average rainfall. Get average rainfall. Okay, so then we'll do return, and what we'll do is, since this gives us our total, we'll call it get total rainfall. Get total rainfall divided by the rain size. And so we'll define this up here. So we'll say double get average rainfall. And so then right here we could do cout average rainfall and get average rainfall. Okay, so I run that. What's wrong with this? This probably just needs to be built again. Build. Unless I'm not spelling something right. Let's see here. Total rainfall. So, get average. Let's do that. And I think I spelled something wrong there. Let's see here. There we go. So then if I did 35 divided by 12, let's test that out real quick. Do we get the right answer? So 35 divided by 12 gives us 2.91667, and it does a nice job rounding for us. So that's good. That method works. Okay, so next up, we've got what? We've got, we'll do, now I also want to put a comment on here. I don't know, I struggle sometimes remembering to put comments in because I'm trying to get some of this stuff done, but this gets the average rainfall. So the next one is going to be gets month with most rainfall. Okay, so we need to set most, what am I going to call this one? Set most, set most rain. Set most rain. Okay, so that's an error because it doesn't exist yet, which is fine. It's just calling it doesn't exist. So then we'll do a cout. Month with the most rain. And then we'll do what? Get most rain. And we'll add 1. Now, what I might do is I might make this with a parallel array so that it displays, like, it depends on how you want to do this. Do you want to do like month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or do you want to go January, February, March, April? And maybe I do that. Maybe, yeah, let me think about this. String months, and I'll decide if I want to do this, but either way, at least I have this set up, because I might change this. So we could say January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and this is actually not a bad idea because, so a parallel array are arrays that have the same number of elements in them, and they line up, and you know, they're nice because they're, you know, you can run through and use one loop and run through and get the same element or same, you know, index position, and the data lines up with each other even though they have different data types. So I might do it like that. So we'll see. Let me kind of think through this. So we're gonna have void set most rain, and we're gonna have let's do I guess we could do both. We could do, let me think here. So, yeah, let's do this. Let's just do both. It doesn't really matter. This will be easy to do. I didn't plan on doing it like this, but, and then we can see, so get most rain, we're just going to say get month with most rain, so that you can at least see both ways of how I'm doing this, all right? So then we'll do avoid set most rain. We'll do an int get most rain, and we'll do a string get month most rain. get month is unidentified string. Get most rain. Okay, so let's do this. So, and then what is it? Return most month. And return okay, so set most month. All right, so now we got to go through and figure out what month has the most. So we would start off, and I've got the most is 0. Okay, so that's month 0. So I'm just going to assume that this is the most. But then I got to start comparing it to all these. So 3.7 is greater than 2.1. It's greater than 1.7, 3.5, 2.6, all the way to here. Now, at index position 6, 3.9 is greater than 3.7. So now index position 6 is now the month with the most rain, and then you keep comparing it and finally get to index position 9, which has the most out of all of them. And so then the index would change to month 9, which is what? This is December, November, so October would be the month with the most amount of rain. All right, so again, we'll just do our for loop. We'll say for, and we'll say int I equals 1, and we're starting at 1 because remember I said the most month right here is 0, so I just assume that it's 0 at first. All right, and that's okay. Let's say it's the smallest month, then the next index position would be higher, and so on and so forth. So it needs to test all these. So I needs to be less than the range size, I plus plus, and then I would just do an simple if statement. Okay, I'd say if the rain at position I is greater than the rain at the position with the most month, okay, then my most month value is now equal to I. Okay, and so then we return the most month, not month, most month. Okay, so that would return it, and then for this one, what do? We would do return. Now, what's my variable called? Months. Return months at position most month, and let's see if these line up good. String. Okay, so let's try this. And I'll show it. So let's think about this real quick. Okay, so the 10th month, so let's look at here real quick. Let's go back up. So it gave us, shoot, I don't want that. I want that. Okay, so index position 9 is October, okay, but that's why I did right here 9. It's going to return 9. 9 plus 1 is October, because again, January is the first month, then February is the second, but with arrays we start counting at 0. So in order for it to line up to like reality in real life, because again, October is the 10th, November is the 11th, and December is the 12th month. So anyway, that looks good. So the month with the most rain is the 10th month, and the month with most rain. That's the actual label for it, October. And so that's a good way to show and demonstrate the parallel arrays. Okay. Then we want to do this, and we'll switch it up. I'm going to copy and paste, and we would do set, we'll do least rain, get least rain, and get month least rain. Okay, and then I'll copy and paste this and do least month least rain, month least rain. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna copy this, and I'll say gets month with least rainfall. So say least and least. Get least most rain. Whoops, get month least rain. Alright, so now the only difference, so the least rain is going to be less than, okay? Pretty sure, let's check it out. So the month with the least amount of rain is month 5, which is, what do we got? January, February, March, April, May, June. It's not month 5, it's really month 6. So let's test this out and see if this works. 6th of June, yep. And then, what was my last one I wanted to do? Get the rainfall at that. Okay, so that makes, okay, so let's see here. All right, so no, actually, you know what? Pretty sure, let me think here. Is that all we wanted to do for this? Set the total rain, average, month with the most, month with the least. We did some parallel arrays. You know, it was kind of nice. We did some reusability right here with the get total rainfall. So, yeah, this looks good. This video's done, I think. So, go through, test this out, and run it, and it's done.